Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer, and I am back with more Pokemon Violet. In case, I don't know that I really need to get into it, because I'm now realizing that I've talked a lot about my recording and, like, not real life, but just scheduling stuff in these videos when I kind of want to future-proof them. So I think this will be the last time I talk about real-world stuff, like, in a video, centering around Pokemon Violet, and probably other games, hopefully, too. I'm gonna adopt a new system of trying to record all the episodes of a series before I upload any episodes for that series, simply because, A, the games that I play are either games I don't want to get spoiled on in the comments section, or B, games that I've already played a good couple of times before recording them, and those are more walkthrough styles. And so I don't really see a need to keep comments like, oh, I'll note that down, for the next episode, right? So I figure it'd be better to just get everything done beforehand, then I don't have any issues with, like, uploading stuff, right? At the very least, I might have to probably, upload some things to YouTube to clear up storage space on my, computer. But I might just, like, private it, and then upload it, as it goes, right? Something like that. Because what happened is, in real life, I probably should... Anyway, I don't know if I should really talk about it, but in real life I had tech difficulties. The last two episodes I recorded months ago, even though you saw them just like, yesterday? I don't know what my current upload schedule is. But, I recorded those months ago. Luckily, I was able to find that footage and audio. Just stuff happened, not really got in the way so much as just tech difficulties. Was worried I'd never find it again. Lack of motivation, etc., etc. I'm going to try to make it back, but I think if I want to do this, like, come back to YouTube, so to speak, with a more regular schedule, I probably should just record my episodes and then actually upload them. So, when is this video getting uploaded? I don't know. You do, because it was just uploaded and you're watching it. But for me, this is obviously happening anytime between, like, a week from when I record this, based on if I can record the rest of the series in that week, or like a couple months from when I actually record this. And it's definitely going to be a couple months from when I recorded those last two videos. So suffice to say, the main reason I even bring this up at all is please forgive me if I've forgotten a character voice or kind of much of what I was doing. I did go back to some of my old videos in this series to try and remember some stuff, but if it's not accurate, because either I've grown in the past couple months or just, forgotten stuff that I kept in my head and not on screen, well, then that's what happens. But at the very least, I made sure to prepare extensively before this video, just so that we could get right into it. I say, as I've already wasted at least 2 minutes just talking to you about development stuff. I said last time we would go to the school this episode. I changed my mind. We're either not doing that, or at the very least it's happening at the end of the episode, because at the start, I want to take care of this Poison Crew base. Mostly because I just sort of feel like it's been on my mind for a couple months. Like, man, I should go back to playing Pokemon Violet and actually go beat the Poison Crew, So, we're going to do that. But first, Lucky is at level 31, and I need to level... Oh, this is the team we're taking into the base. But Lucky is level 31. So what I want to do is I just did a bunch of running around in the overworld to get a bunch of items, just, preparing to record this episode while I deal with tech stuff, Lucky grows to level 32 and wants to learn the signature move, Hyper Drill. Hyper Drill is incredible. It is a normal type move, which Lucky gets stab on, that's 100 base power, 100 accuracy. Effectively 150 base power because stab. If we terrestrialize, it'll be 200 base power. Anyway, but even better, the attack can hit a target using a move such as Protect or Detect. We are getting rid of Rollout. Rollout will not be too useful in this fight, especially since I know of at least one Pokemon that'll resist Rock, but Hyper Drill, we finally have a normal type attack. Granted, it only has 5 PP. I'm probably gonna get, I don't know, like, I might swap out Hyper Drill for something else for a very signature fight, or like for a very specific circumstance on a very specific fight, but I don't know if I want to do that right now. Anyway, we learn Hyper Drill, and it's finally happening. The reason we're bringing Lucky into this fight with Team Star is simply because Lucky is, of course, evolving. Technically, it doesn't have the type matchup, but I think this evolution warrants bringing it to the fight. Dunsparce evolves in Dunsparce. Did I deliver that right? Dunsparce. I'm bad at making like the sound. I know it's supposed to sound like that, sort of, or at least that's what people say it sounds like. I tried to do it the best I could. I know a lot of people are I got 2 segment. That's okay. I kind of prefer 2 segment, to be honest. I know a lot of people say a lot of bad things about this Pokemon. That it's a lazy design, that it's, a lame evolution. Why isn't it Dragon type? If they even gave it that, it'd be cool. And they, of course, miss the point of Dunsparce. They are not true Dunsparce fans. I don't mean to gatekeep here, but if the whole reason you like Dunsparce was that you wanted it to evolve into a cool dragon with, like, wings or, whatever, you didn't enjoy Dunsparce for what it was. You enjoyed what it could be, which is very different. And I love that Game Freak had the guts to just say, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're going to keep this Pokemon as a joke. I love it. I mean, and reading its dex entry, it's the Land Snake Pokemon. It drives enemies out of its nest by sucking in enough air to fill its long, narrow lungs, then releasing the air in an intense blast. So, yeah. I really love this Pokemon. It gives Dunsparce the power boost it needs at base 520 stats, which is pretty good. I'm worried EXP-M might be a bit much. It's fine. Okay, it was fine. Cool. That's everything sorted before the fight. I'll just give you the quick rundown of the team before we head in here. I don't know if I want Lucky to lead, but I don't know who else would lead. But one more thing on the Dunsparce is, fun fact, the Dunsparce. This is my favorite Pokemon of all time. This is like, I've been trying to get more Pokemon plushes, but this was the first Pokemon I got as a plush. Aside from like Rowlet back when Sun and Moon first launched, other whatever. This is like the first like non-starter that I've gotten as a plush. And like the first one I actually like got, as opposed to like family members being like, oh, you like Pokemon, I'll get you a Pokemon. I think I have a Pikachu or 2, but this was a high priority. This is my favorite Pokemon of all time. Normal type is one of my favorite types of all time. There are definitely better Pokemon out there, stat-wise, whatever, but I just love the Dunsparce. It's a joke, and I love jokes, and I just think it's so adorable, so cute. Anyway, look at its stats! Look at those stats! 134 HP, decent attack and special attack. Defenses are okay. Speed's pretty good. Serene Grace, we're running Glare, Zen Headbutt, Drill Run. We have options to hit, Poison Dark and Poison Steel, but we also have a good option that isn't as inaccurate, Yeah, pretty good. Those are the EVs. I mean, just looking at it, Sal has less attack, less HP, and less defenses. A little bit more speed, but like, yeah. Lucky is basically, MVP at this point. I'm going to try and include as many battles as possible. It's a normal type, so it doesn't do anything super effectively, but I just love the Dunsparce. Anyway, Salnose, Aqua Jet. I ran over Pluck with Psychic Fangs. That sounds wrong. I replaced Pluck with Psychic Fangs simply because I used a TM, which kind of sucks that I had to use one because they're not really easily replaceable, but, like, who cares? Pluck isn't going to be too useful in this fight. Psychic Fangs will, Aqua Cutter, Slash. I'd rather have the Slash damage. Spine. Oh, yeah, like, you know, just looking at the stats, the Dunsparce is probably one of our most well-rounded. Oh, I forgot to show. Here's the EVs. Anyway. Spine. Running Toxic Spikes still. I might want to actually see, regular spikes. I get Stealth Rock. I don't know that that's as good as just getting spikes. I'm just gonna replace Toxic Spikes with Spikes. Because Toxic Spikes aren't gonna do anything this fight. Anyway, we're running Yawn, Poison Jab, and Bulldoze for Stab, though honestly we don't really need Poison Jab. We could just, the only thing we'll click is Spikes, Yawn, and Bulldoze. But these are the stats. Here to be a tank. Change the nature. Here are the EVs. We got Passant, with Inner Focus, of course. Same ability, Speed Up, Special Defense Down. You already knew that. Attack is actually the strongest, third strongest attack here. Excuse me. We're running Fury Cutter, Metal Claw, Assurance, Scary Face. I don't know what to replace Fury Cutter. I guess, do I have Slash? I don't even have Slash. Yeah. We're mainly bringing Passant here, because I don't really have other good options to bring. Well, I could think of one good option. Passant would do actually well in our next battle, but Passant would do well in the battle after. That's why we're bringing it here as opposed to the next battle. So, I don't know. Fury Cutter, Metal Claw for Stab, shouldn't be resisted. Assurance, again, shouldn't be too heavily resisted. If I look at moves, there wasn't much I could really learn that would really be worth it. I guess Takedown for strong, normal type. Like, none of these are really good. Or I just don't have the expendable TMs to really run. I could get Dig. Like, Dig wouldn't be bad. Takedown might just be the play. I don't know. I don't really plan on really using Passant. I just feel like if I brought Lucas, my Flittle, it wouldn't go too well. Just because Lucas's stats are kind of eh. Here are the EVs. Alright. Rod. Rod, of course, unfortunately Poison types can't be poisoned, so Synchronize isn't going to do too much. But looking at the stats, it is the strongest attacker we have, albeit it is a little frail. I really need... This is already it with good speed-ish. We have Revival Blessing to bring back either Spine or Lucky should they faint. And, of course, we're running Exosensory Mudshot and Struggle Bug. Exosensory Struggle Bug for Stab, Mudshot for coverage against if we get sent in against Poison Steel or Poison Dark. And then last we're running Lisa, mostly because Lisa won't be too useful in any other fight until we fight the Fairy Specialist. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to leave her out because she resists poison, she could do good damage with Slash, U-turn if we need to, Bite. Poison Jab won't be doing much, but it's always good to just keep your stab on you just in case. That kind of thing. There are the EVs. Unburden. I could give a berry. What kind of berries do I have really quick? I should have prepared better. Pecha won't do much for us. Lepa. Asper. Do I have citrus? I don't have citrus berries? What's wrong? Which one? cures confusion. Is it Chesto? No. Persim. There it is. I don't know if they'll be able to set confusion. I might just give... We'll give an Oranberry. Should it activate, cool, we get a speed boost. Okay. With all that said, I think it's about time we head in. We're gonna lead with Spine. That seems like a good chance. This boss' highest Pokemon is level 33, so that's what I got everybody up to. I don't take chances with the Team Star bosses in particular. Alright, we're entering the Tag Tree Thicket. And into a cutscene, and we're already halfway through the episode by my timer. Yeah, I really spent a long time talking about the team. Anyway. Oh, what was your voice again? Pun Food! That's not quite it. Pun Food, no? Like, Director Clavel is like, you know, Director Clavel has like a, yes, young master, you know, sort of vibe. Like, not too old, but definitely, you know, up there. So Clive talks a little more like this, you know, Clive style. I don't know why I brought up Director Clavel, you know. I guess just like Director Clavel's the first voice that we really hear other than our own in the game, so I use that for reference. Anyway, Pun Food. It just sounds real. Hey there, Clive. Glad to see you got my name committed to memory. Now, let's pick up our conversation from where we left off before. I don't know. Giacomo and him, I feel like I give the same voice. It's whatever. As I mentioned, I joined Operation Starfall to resolve a sticky situation to find out the reason behind Team Star's behavior. Above all, I want to know why the students in Team Star have stopped coming to school. And, just like Cassiopeia, I want the team to disband for good. Since joining Operation Starfall with you, I've already had some success in opening up a dialogue with Team Star. And I think I'm starting to understand things more clearly. But I don't have enough information just yet. That's why I want to speak with students from Team Star's other squads as well. If you intend to take on another base, know that you can count on me for backup. Till then, see you around, Pun Food. Okay, so that was our Clive dialogue. It puts you further in Tag Tree Thicket. You technically came from all the way over there, but it puts you pretty far in. This is where they advertise like Rafai Strudel a lot. I don't really care too much to show off the stuff in this area, simply because I'm already so far in the episode. I did not really venture, for my training, I didn't really venture into undiscovered areas, or areas we haven't been to together, so to speak, but I did go to some places that perhaps you wouldn't be able to access so easily without the use of the high jump, in older areas. So, you know, just for reference, I didn't do too much exploring further up ahead. So all the TMs, whatever you saw me having, you can technically get those all in the areas we've already explored. Anyway, do me a favor and go home already. I'm not going to bother with the grunt. No, I want to see the boss of the Navi squad. Take me to Don Atticus. Like I said, kid, the boss told me not to let any outsiders pass these gates. That includes you. I don't care. I'm not leaving till you let me talk to Don Atticus. Give me a break, you little doofus. People over there seem to be arguing about something. What do you want to do? These are our options. Okay, we'll go say hello. Huh? Oh, great, here comes another rando to ruin my day. Oh, they both have the kid voice now. I didn't think grunt work for Team Star newbies would be this much of a chore. Hold on, Mr. Grunt, I think this boy might be Pun Food. Wait, Pun Food, that kid who picked a fight with Team Star? Yup, that's me. I knew it. Oh boy, this ain't good. Everyone else in the base is still asleep since we were up all last night playing video games. Leave it to me, Mr. Grund. I'll buy some time for you to go wake up the others. Yeah, and what's in it for you? Don Atticus will be in danger if no one's here to defend the base. I have them in my life. He's my dear compadre. They didn't have a... Oh, he doesn't get a... Oh, whatever. Yeah, I have no idea what you're on about, kid, but thanks for being the big assist. Like, why doesn't he get a name tag box? Alright, you villain, if you're after Don Atticus, be prepared to face my wrath. Bring it on. Yeah! Cool. You're challenged by Pokemon trainer Yusef. Alright, he's gonna face me yourself. That doesn't work too well. Also, you know, he sends... Oh, wow. Very funny, kid. Anyway, Stockpile. I love Stockpile. Great. My favorite mechanic in all of Pokemon. Ugh. Like, I really should have been speedier with my team summary. Whatever. Yeah, we probably won't be going to school this episode. Speed fell. We now outspeed. Get to use Bulldoze. Gulpin goes down. You know, which makes sense for Gulpin, you know, because, you know, it goes down the throat. That is to say, you know, Gulpin D's not. Anyway, Shroodle, we won't be switching. We can very easily take on Shroodle. Just spam Bulldoze. I don't even really need to heal. Did a lot more damage than I would have liked, but since you're poison, it doesn't matter if we have like the poison point ability. Water absorb is just better here. You don't ever really get to hear the rest of that song. You usually beat these guys way too quick. Anyway, I talk big, but I'm no warrior. Yeah. You didn't even evolve them. Anyway. Don Atticus, I'm sorry, I failed you. Bun Food, are you alright? I was standing watch when I heard a ruckus all of a sudden. I got worried that maybe something had happened to you over here. Ah, no fair, you had backup the whole time. Is this boy one of the Academy's students? He doesn't look like he's from Team Star. You're right, I'm not a member of Team Star, but Don Atticus is my compadre. I have to see him no matter what. Well, clearly you have your reasons for being here. Pun Food, I'd like to ask this boy some questions. You go ahead and get started on the base. Might I borrow you for a chat, my man? Don't worry, I won't bite. Rotototo. Nice work dealing with the guard. Too annoying? Too much? Anyway. Within the base lies Team Star's Poison Crew, the Navi Squad. And they'll tell you, hey, listen, a bunch. Anyway, their boss, Atticus, designs the outfits for the team. You could say he has clever hands. The guy's also a bit of an eccentric. You can never tell what he's gonna do next. So, since it's beyond us to predict how he'll respond to a declaration of war, just take out as many of the squad's Pokemon as you can until Atticus shows his face. Ring the bell on the gates once you're ready to kick off this phase of the operation. Time to wipe the Navi Squad off the map. Alright. I will probably heal. Oh, first 3 Pokemon in party. Doop. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go. No time to waste. I'm already way too far into the video. But hopefully I should have a swift victory against Don Atticus. Anyway. Why is... Seems, folks... Operation Star Fool! You really thought you were clever. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing as always. Doesn't get more difficult. Alright, this is my chance to talk about poison types. As I've been doing with the other type specialty things. Poison types in Pokemon are offensively kind of bad. Their one niche really is, they're one of the 5 types that hits grass for super effective damage. And otherwise, they hit fairy types for super effective damage alongside steel. That's like their only real niche here. Otherwise, they don't really have much to do offensively. In fact, they're very heavily resisted. Resisted by poison, poison, rock. I want to say they're resisted by poison, rock. They have no effect on steel. They're bad. Sorry, I'm really struggling to remember what they're all resisted by. Resistances are a lot harder to remember than weaknesses. Like, I know them if you put them in front of me, but they're resisted by poison, rock. I want to say something else kind of important, too, alongside what I listed. Oh, we're already at the boss. So, yeah. They're pretty heavily resisted. Oh, they're resisted by ghost, and I think that's it. Poison, rock, ghost, and ground. They're resisted by... That's the one I was missing. So they're pretty heavily resisted, and they don't hit much super effectively, being fully stopped by steel. But poison types are highly defensive as well. And we'll see that after we get introduced to Don Atticus. Well, I guess Atticus. The other guy calls him Don Atticus. Whatever. Boss of Team Star's Poison Crew. Pray, forgive my sudden entry. 'Tis I, Atticus. You're that scoundrel Punfood, I take it. You have some nerve bearing your fangs at Team Star. Come then, villainous wretch. A plunge into grim poison shall be your well-deserved fate. On guard! Tried my best to not make him sound like Brassius, but, like, they're both artists. Whatever. Anyway. Here we go. So, you'll be punished if you lead a psychic type in this fight. He starts with Stunky, which only has one weakness to ground, and it's fully immune to psychic. Naught but punishment awaits thee, wretch! A plague on your house! Alright. We're gonna set spikes, because obviously. And it's gonna avoid the sucker punch. But yeah, if you let a psychic type here, you're kinda screwed. Poison Dark is one of the better combos in the game, only weak to ground. Poison is super defensive. It only has two weaknesses, ground and psychic. And psychic isn't really the best offensive type. So you're really only worrying about ground. But that just means if you have levitate or, you know, a type that resists ground, such as grass, certain moves can poison with a mere graze. Tremble, scoundrel. I didn't see the rest. Dang it. Okay. What was I saying? So, poisons is, yeah, a type that resists ground, such as flying, bug, or grass, or the ability levitate, and poison types lose one of their two weaknesses. Not to mention, poison defensively does resist grass, bug itself, very... And I want to say perhaps, I don't particularly want Spine to go down. Is there anything I could set up here, like status-wise? Let's send in Lisa. We have to save stuff for... Okay, hopefully it goes for Sucker Punch. There we go, okay. Maybe I should have brought, like, a burn Pokemon, you know? Anyway, we'll go for Slash. We now outspeed, thanks to Bulldozes. Okay, cool. What was this saying? Poison, super defensive. I'm gonna pretend that I'm playing on set. You'll take Spikes damage. Spikes, unlike Stealth Rock, I don't believe is affected by typing. I'll try for the U-turn. Cool. Poison, yeah, so Poison's super defensive. Combine it with any type that resists Psychic, and you're only weak to ground. Combine it to any type that resists ground or is immune to it, you're only weak to Psychic. You know, give a dark poison type Levitate, and it has no weaknesses. So, yeah. I don't know what type of move you would have gone for. I'm guessing a steel move, so we'll send in Sal. But yeah, poison does pretty well defensively. Resists a decent amount of types. Very hard to hit. But poison's offensive strategy is really inflict poison, which can affect any Pokemon except for steel and poison types. Anyway, we'll just go for Aqua Cutter. It's probably faster, but this just makes the most sense. I think we let Sal go down here to get the clean switch. Okay. I don't know what to do particularly. I was worried this fight might be a little difficult, but... Don't really have any... I guess we could use Assurance. We're going to try for Lucky. Okay. We're of course going to go for Drill Run. We don't resist it, but we take it pretty well. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Don't flinch, don't miss. This thing is hard to hit. It's Poison Steel, so Psychic moves won't do too well. You know. But Muck. No. Okay. Not sure what my strategy is here. It might be better to just swap the Clodsire. Drill Run is more damage. Hopefully it kills. Not quite. Poison types, a lot of them are designed to also be kind of tanky, just stat distribution wise. So you know, that can suck sometimes. I'm gonna send in Lisa. Alright, Spine is being kept around kind of for one purpose at this point, and that'll come up later. Slash should kill. Okay. Yeah, Muck is a very defensive, specialty defensive Pokemon. I do think Poison maybe could use another super effective, just so it's not as heavily resisted. I missed that dialogue because I was talking. Whatever, you could read it. Luckily, spikes affect you. Options are Slash. It's a pure poison type like everything else. Every other one of these things. Speed harshly fell. That's good. We'll just chip away with slashes. And that's why we're keeping Spine in the back. Toxic Debris is an ability exclusive to this thing, but these things steal their abilities from other Pokemon. And another Pokemon that was introduced in this game that we'll probably see later, and I'll tell you about it when we get there. But essentially, it sets toxic spikes on our side of the field. It's going to use Flame Charge to increase its speed. And luckily for us, my strategy works. We now eat our Oran Berry, recover 10 HP, which isn't a lot. But thanks to... Oh, it doesn't affect with Unburden, does it? Oh, I should have researched Unburden better. I should have taught Fling or something. Okay. Well, Oran Berry is still helpful. It's going to go for Flame Charge again, which is going to give it the speed boosts. We're still very fast. Lisa is actually kind of the MVP of this fight so far. We hang on with 1, which is great. And luckily we're not setting more toxic spikes because we've already got the max of 2 on our side. Okay, Flame Charge takes us out. That's fine. It kind of sucks you don't get EXP unless you stay alive, but it's whatever. Okay. Poison types also have a battle ability of removing toxic spikes when they're set on the field. So we can send in Spine, and toxic spikes disappear, allowing us to reset. Hopefully we can... I had the Quick Claw. It didn't work, but... that's kind of what we expected to happen either way. Reveroom's speed is down. I've kind of already talked mostly about everything there is to talk about with poison types. They're kind of a defensive type by design, of minimal weaknesses and all that, but at the same time, they're not super hyperly good offensively. The best bet is to try and apply poisonous status conditions and be a counter to fairy types that, but Steel's honestly better at that than poison, So unless you really want to run poison status effects or to get rid of potential toxic spikes, there's no real reason to run a poison type. Anyway, extrasensory should not just torque, right? One thing is that if there was one type that deserves to resist poison, it would be bug, in my opinion, or psychic, because they really need a buff, I feel, but, that's my only complaint with poison's design. And, the only way I would say poison needs to be weaker. But, yeah. Anyway, yeah, yeah, we did pretty well. I bought a pretty good team. Didn't even have to use Passant. Anyway. I hate going from my normal talking voice to whatever these characters' voices are. Forgive me, my friends. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do this cutscene. We have time. I can edit this down to be shorter. About 1.5 years ago. That's what he looks like without the mask. Forgive me. It took a godly time. Goodly? Good. That's not God, so it would be good. It took a goodly time to procure the required materials. Whoa, sick! These boots are insane! I think that's her voice. Ah, yes. The move Flame Charge was my muse for those particular pieces. This outfit is everything I imagined it would be. Thank you so much! I merely wish to create a costume worthy of the great infernal Eri. If it aligns with your vision, then I am content. Seems our outfit upgrades are all wrapped up then. Thanks a ton, Atticus. With you two looking like absolute beasts, anyone who crosses us will be sweating bullets. You're so good at these sorts of crafty things, Atticus. Those people bullying you because you geek out over old-fashioned stuff are so out of their minds. The way of the ninja is rough and fraught with thorns. I neither expect nor desire sympathy from the unrefined. Oh my god, I couldn't register the okay. Unrefined rabble. Ooh, someone's getting fired up. Watch out, world. Our Atticus has fighting words. Yeah, don't listen to the haters, Atticus. I think you're really cool. Alright, gang, let's move on to the next step. It's time to put our backs into our battle training, so we're all prepared for Operation Star. We gotta be stronger than everyone else in the team. That's what being a boss means. Indeed it does. Henceforth, I will devote myself, heart and soul, to honing my battle skills. I think that Giacomo, then Atticus, then Eri, then Ortega, then Mella's cutscenes take place canonically for the flashbacks in that order. But it's so weird then that they structure it Giacomo, Mella, Atticus, Ortega, then Eri. Anyway, in terms of difficulty level. Anyway, that's what adding level scaling to your game could do. But also not putting, one of the earlier cutscenes far in the back of the region and putting the last one in the front. You could also do that too. Anyway, for the sake of the team, I would give my very heart and soul, but I cannot defy the rules. Our code must be obeyed. And so, this badge is mine to keep no more. I entrust it to thy care. I really like Atticus. Very cool. I mean, I like all the Team Star bosses, but Atticus in particular, I kind of like, that he's not super, I don't know, sophisticated, above you, right? Anyway, take this contraption too. It contains a technique that allows one to cover their foes in gunk. Gunk shot! I will probably save that for potential coverage rather than just give it to a Pokemon. Anyway, Pun Food is thy name, is it not? You have utterly bested me, but thy victory stirred no bitterness within me. Such was its brilliance. Brilliance. Don Atticus! My compadre. It seems this little fella has been dying to speak with you face to face. Donicus, please hear what I have to say. I only need a moment. Whatever brought you all the way here? I came to help you. If you don't start going to class again, you'll be expelled from the academy, right? When the other kids at school and I were getting bullied it would really help if he at least had a dialogue, like, nameplate saying boy or whatever. When the other kids at school and I were getting bullied really bad, you and the rest of Team Star saved us. Thanks to that operation you carried out, we were able to go to school again. If you got expelled for being the good guys, that'd be the worst thing ever. Forgive me. Haven't you heard anything from Big Boss? Nay, we've heard not a whisper since that fateful day. Without the big boss of Team Star, cannot carry on. I hate grammar and commas, even though I correct people all the time. It's just, whatever. And without the team, the bright and merry student life we seek lies beyond our reach. We've no choice but to defend our bases till the big boss returns to us. You evidently trust this big boss of yours a great deal. Who exactly are they? In truth, not one of us has met them in the flesh. By their own word, they are a recluse. As with the rest of us, 'twould seem bullying was to blame. That's awful! Though their name and face be unknown to us, they are nonetheless our precious comrade. Comrade? I can't... Our only choice is to maintain our vigils from the bases, awaiting the day of their return. So that's why you don't go to school, but still, don't ever think that Team Star is all you have done, Atticus. You're a lifelong compadre in me, and don't you forget it! My compadre, I owe you a great debt. It seems we're one step closer to the truth behind Team Star's truancy and the bullying at the academy. But more importantly, I can't believe I had no idea about these issues the students are struggling with. They have friendships they hold dear and reasons for acting as they do. I just couldn't see it. It's shameful how oblivious I've been. I believed Team Star to be the one and only treasure in my life. Methinks I may have been mistaken. We still got a bit more dialogue to go. And then we can end the episode. Whatever time the episode's coming out to be, it's probably more than 30 minutes, even if I manage to trim some of this down. I hear the gimme goal. Anyway, Rototo. Cassiopeia, Punfood, it's me, Atticus, Starbadge, yours, blah blah blah. This is basically the same as the last 2 times. None of the bosses have been taken down. The Navi boss gains are dumbered. Now Atticus 2. Sorry, I got a lot on my mind right now. So Operation Starfall, you've taken all but 2 of the bases, so it's fair to say it's going well. Seems a good time to let you know what we're ultimately aiming to achieve. Our final goal is to defeat the mastermind that finally first recruited 5-star, the one they call the Big Boss. Who is the Big Boss? Who knows? To control 5 squads with shadows. That's all anyone can say. If we can defeat the person, that'll be it for Team Stars. Since Big Boss never sets foot in their own base and keeps, and you can take it they're not one for the spotlight. Once all the spotlight, Big Boss finally have to take the stage. Now about your reward: transfer LP, give me TM materials, TM blueprints, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm speeding through your dialogue, Cassiopeia. But that's how it goes. Alright. I forgot your voice, Penny. Sorry. Hey there, Punfood. That, sounded like a pretty serious phone call. Oh yeah, I'm right on. Agias. I wasn't talking to you. I'm getting tired and lazy with my voice acting, I guess. Hurry up, give me the material so I can end this recording. So that mastermind you were talking about, Cassiopeia's mentioned them to me too. Team Star's founder, the person who's caused all kinds of misery at the academy. If we don't take them down, I'll lose what I treasure most in the world. You'll lose your treasure? No, I just... that's right. You need your reward. Here, take it before I forget. Yay! Alright, well, I'll be off then. Oh, and pun food? Don't lose to those guys. Alright. I think that's finally it. So, yeah. I guess, finally that's the end of the episode. I'll do my best to edit down some of the explaining my team stuff. And hopefully jump into it quicker. I didn't want explaining the team to take as long as it did, but it did. I definitely need to edit that down. But, you know, maybe we'll go to the academy, or maybe we'll explore some more of the world. Either way, we definitely have to make it towards our next destination next time. But for now, my name has been, and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, 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 and always will be Pun Food. Okay, I found the word I was looking for. I like Don Atticus, I think especially because he has that sort of, like, artsy, you know, talk, you know, trying to speak all, you know, old English, Shakespearean almost, you know, but unlike other people who, in characterizations in these games, he doesn't act toxic.